Okay, good evening. So today we are going to discuss about the topic knowledge representation. So last class we discussed about that uninformed search and informed search. So that mostly that only that uninformed searches we are using. For informed search, we are using in the form of that knowledge representations. So in the knowledge representation, so it is playing a vital role. So that in the first class, I told about that if you're having any data. So for an example, that today petrol prices, it is 105.40. So it is, so that is only that data. So from the data, you cannot get any knowledge. So you cannot extract any knowledge. So if you're having that last 3 months data, so from the last 3 months data, you can easily know. So you can easily get some knowledge. So it is meaning that 3 months before, what is the price? So suppose that 3 months before the price is 95 rupees. So 95 rupees 10 pice. So but today it is 105 rupees that 40 pice means. So you can easily tell that. So there is within a 3 months the petrol prices are increased from the 10 rupees 30 pice. So that type of representation we are calling as a knowledge representation. So in the knowledge representation also, that sometimes that we are using some keywords. So from the keywords that we are having that proportional logic and predicate logic. So in the proportional logic, we are giving in the form of sentences, but in the predicate logic, we are writing in the knowledge representation. So in the later part, I will show you that how to write and all. So that a knowledge representation is a surrogate, a substitute for the thing itself, used to enable an entity to determine consequences by thinking rather than acting. So here that rather than the acting, so we are giving that full information in the form of thinking. So for an example, it is meaning that by reasoning about the world rather than taking action in it. So in that we are using the three components. The first components, the representation of fundamental conceptions of intelligent reasoning. The second one, the set of inferences, the representation sanction, and the third one is the set of inferences it recommends. So it is a medium of pragmatically efficient computations, providing a guidance for organization information to facilitate making inferences. So it is a medium of human expressions. It is meaning that a language in which we say things about the world. So this is called as a knowledge representations. So then that what we are going to represent. So that is a question. So suppose that we are representing some objects. So the objects means it is a fact about object in our world domain. So for an example, that guitars have strings or dog have tails. So these are because that without that strings, we cannot play the guitar. So that is mandatory. And also that we are, for an example, that if you want to identify the dog means, so the dog is having tail like that we are having some, so it is a, what to say? So in the real world, so these are all the things are happening. So then that event, so event is so that action that occur in our world. So for an example that, so we are telling that, for an example, if we saw that dog means automatically we'll throw some stone. So the throwing is a event. So example here, they are giving that Steve Vai played the guitar in Frank Zappa's band. So the Frank Zappa's band is one type of that band, what to say? It is kind of the organization. So in that organization, the Steve Vai is a player. So he played the guitar. So these are all combinedly we are representing. Then the next one is a performance. So in the performance means a behavior like playing the guitar, which involves the knowledge about how to do things. So that is a performance. So here that what the Steve Vai is performed. So he played the guitar. So that is a performance. So that object is there, event is there, then performance is there. So by using this, we are representing. Then we are talking about the meta-knowledge. So that meta-knowledge means it's a knowledge about what we know. So for an example, that Barbaros robot who plans a trip, it knows that it can be read street signs along the way to find out where it is. So actually, this is a you example. You take it as it's a driverless car. So in the driverless car, we are planning a trip. So that driverless car. So because that we are having that signboards and all. So by using that camera, it will capture the signboards. So according to that, it will move. So suppose that it is saw that no entry means. So the no entry means so we cannot go there. So for that, it will avoid, and sometimes that they are if any roads are damaged means they are giving some signals. It is take diversions like that. So in the take diversion means so if that particular robo sense that saw that information, so that information is take diversion. It means that automatically it will take divert to either it may be right side or it may be left side. That is all about the meta knowledge. So the meta means the knowledge about the knowledge. So that normally that for an example, that metadata, they're telling about the metadata. Metadata means data about the data. You can so you can tell that information about the information. So I already told that it is 105.74. So that is the data. So from the data, so it is a raw fact. So the 105.7 105.40 is a raw fact. So from that, you can tell that today petrol price is 105.40. So that one means it is a data about the data. So it is a data. So that is a 105.40 is a data. So you are giving some additional information. So that is called a meta data, or if you are giving that some more knowledge means, so that is called a meta knowledge. So thus, in solving the problem in artificial intelligence, we must represent knowledge, and there are two entities to deal with. So one is a fact, another one is a representation. So the fact means it is a truth about the real world, and we represent. So this can be regarded as the knowledge level. Then the second one is a representation of facts. So the representation of facts which we manipulate. So this can be regarded as a symbol level. So here the diagrammatic representations are given. So here this is the internal representations, and this one is the English representation. So here we are giving the raw facts. So in the raw facts, we are giving to that internal representations. So suppose that here I am giving that 105.40. So that one only I am giving. So that is a fact. So from the internal representation, it will analyze according, so they're considering the English representation also, and they are forming one sentence. So the forming one sentence is, which is that petrol, so today petrol price is 105.40. Here we are adding that reasoning programs and also English. So here that English understanding also we are adding, and again we are sending to the facts. So it means that initially the fact is only 105.40, but so that fact is we are sent to that internal representation. Here we are having the reasoning programming, and here we are using the English generations. So then that English representation, it will give some information to that particular data. And so this is the English understanding. So again, we are sending to that internal representation. Then finally, we are giving to that fact. So finally, here we are what we are having, that it is a meta knowledge. So meta knowledge means so already the knowledge is there, but meta knowledge means we are giving that additional information. So that additional information is today petrol price is 105.40. So here that some examples are given. So English or natural language is an obvious way of representing and handling the fact. So the logic enables us to consider the following. So the fact is the Spot. So Spot is a dog as dog. So it is mean the Spot is the name of the dog. So Spot is the name of the dog. So here that initially they are giving the fact is the Spot is a dog as dog. So it means the dog of Spot. So the real fact is here we are extracting some information. So the real fact is Spot is a dog as dog. So either that we can tell that Spot is a dog, or Spot dog. We are representing the dog of Spot. And in another way, so that then infer that all dogs have tails. So this is another example. It means the dog of X. So the dog of X means it is all as tail. So the tail means that all the dog have all the dog have tails. So we cannot tell that it is only one tail. So there may be a many tail. So then these words are deduced into as a tail of Spot. So already that here they mentioned that Spot is a dog. And here that second word is all dogs have tail. So which is meaning that the Spot is also having a tail. So that type of knowledge representation only we are considering. So then that next one is the using knowledge. So using knowledge means we are using that key terms called learning, retrieval, and reasoning. So the learning means we are acquiring the knowledge through the concept of learning. Then the retrieval is the representation scheme used can have a critical effect on the efficiency of the method. So humans are very good at it. So this is the retrieval. So it means that we are having some information. So that information only we are retrieving. Then the reasoning is it is a infer fact from the existing data. So here some examples are given. If a system on only knows so that Miles Davis is a jazz musician. So the jazz musician is a one type of musician. So here that one of the person is a Miles Davis. So the next one, all jazz musicians can play their instrument well. It means that all jazz musicians are very much talented. So they know how to handle the instrument and how to play the instrument. So then that if things are like this, so the Miles Davis is a jazz musician. So that Miles Davis can play their instrument well. So that also we can easily derive. So from this two words, I'm giving that Miles Davis can play the instrument well, because that here they are giving all jazz musicians. So here they mentioned that Miles Davis is a jazz musician. The next word, they are telling that all the jazz musicians. So all the jazz musician means it is also including Miles Davis. So that we can tell that Miles Davis can play his instrument well. So here that the first one they are giving us that Miles Davis is a jazz musician, or can jazz musician play their instrument well? Or asked, then the answer is really obtained from the data structures and procedures. So however, that we have questions like that, can Miles Davis play his instrument well? So this is for an example question they are asking. So can Miles Davis play his instrument well? So what is the answer? We already the statements are given. The Miles Davis is a jazz musician, and the second statement, all jazz musicians can play their instrument well. It is meaning that Miles Davis also can play his instrument well. So the above are all related. So for an example, it is fairly obvious that the learning and reasoning involves retrievals. So then the property for knowledge representation systems. So the following properties should be possessed by a knowledge representation systems. The first one is a representation adequacy, then inferential adequacy, then inferential efficiency, then acquisitional efficiency. So these are the four properties we are using. The first one is the representational adequacy. So that here that ability to represent their required knowledge. So it means that previously we are telling that one particular musician, so he can handle that music well. So like that. So that one that we are representing their knowledge. Then that the inferential adequacy. So here that ability to manipulate the knowledge represented to produce new knowledge corresponding to that inferred from the original. Actually, from they are giving that two single statements. So from that statement, we are extracting one more statements. Then that inferential efficiency. So the inferential efficiency, the ability to direct the inferential mechanism into the most productive directional by storing the appropriate guides. So then the last property is it's acquisitional efficiency. So acquisitional efficiency means the ability to acquire new knowledge using automatic method wherever possible, rather than the reliance on human intervention. So that in the previous example, we discussed that. So they are giving the two statements. The first statement is Miles Davis is a jazz musician. The second statement is all jazz musicians can play their instrument well. So from the two statement, we are acquiring some another statement. So that Acquisition means, so here that new statement is Miles Davis can play his instrument well. So then that we are going to know about that simple relational knowledge. So in the simple relational knowledge, it is the simplest way of storing fact is to use the relational method where each fact about a set of objects is set out systematically in column. So there are four things are given. The first one is a simple way to store the fact, and each fact about a set of object is set out systematically in columns. Then the little opportunity for inference, then the knowledge basics for the inference engine. So here that musician names are given, and their style is also given, then instruments also given, then age is also given. So that first one is a Miles Davis. So Miles Davis, so he is a jazz player. So that instrument is trumpet. So, but the age is not mentioned. So the next one is a John Zorn. So his style is avant-garde. So the instrument it's a saxophone. So here that age is mentioned. Then that Frank Zappa. So he's a stylist rock, and he's a very good player in that guitar. Then that age is not mentioned. So then that John McLean. So he is also jazz. The style is jazz. Then that the instrument he played is guitar, and the age is 47. So from this we can extract the statements. Then the next one is a inheritable knowledge. So actually that inheritance means normally that you know about that in C++ we are using that one of the object-oriented concept is inheritance. The inheritance means it inherit the properties from the base class. So the base class is the derived class is there. So that actually, or you can tell that it is a parent or children or grandparent parent. So like that we are having that classes. So that actually that inheritance means we are inherit some property from the base class. So for an example that for father and son, so that they are having some similarity in their behavior. So it means that actually that we know only that father, and then only that we know that children. So we cannot say that father is having the children behavior. So we are always telling that that particular child is having the father behavior. So which means that derived class is completely inherent property from the base class. So here the relational knowledge is made up of that object consisting of the first one is attribute and the corresponding associate values. So then that we extended the base more by allowing the inference mechanism. So there are that property inheritance. So that it is that elements inherit values from the being a member of a class, and the data must be organized into that hierarchy of classes. So then that we are talking about the property inheritance hierarchy. Here we are using the box node. So box node which contains that object and values of that attributes of objects. Then that values can be objects with attributes and so on. So then that we are using the arrows. So the arrows which point from the object to its value. Then that the structure is known as a slot and filler structure, semantics network, or the collections of frame. So here that example is given. So here that first one is it's adult male, then musician, jazz, then our avant-garde. So like that we are having. So here, so if you take that Miles Davis, so the Miles Davis, the instance is jazz. For John Zoom, so the instance is either it's avant-garde or jazz. So next is a Mike Day. So you can tell that Miles Davis is a musician. So then we can tell that John Jones also is a musician. So then that musician is a adult male. So because in the table that we have that all the informations. So in all the informations means the gender and also that age also they mentioned. So actually from here, so from this level, we are doing only the top-down approach. So from this level, So we are talking only about the top-down approach. So in the top-down approach means it is so we can call it as it's a generalization. The property is called the generalizations. So from here, so we are doing that bottom-up approach. So from this to so from the person to this. So it means that the Miles Davis band is that Miles Davis group or Miles Davis quintet. So this is called as specialization. So this one that so from bottom to top, it means the bottom up approach is called a generalization, and here from top to down. So the top to down approach is called as a specializations. So here that another example is given. So it is purely related to that cricket. So here that cricket player. So that particular cricket player is that properties are given. So his height is 5.5. His batting average is 60.54. So he is a left-handed batsman. And so next here they are categorizing. So here the batsman. So the batsman and bowler. So from here, if you are considering means, so the batsman is a cricket player and bowler is also a cricket player. So the batsman is batting average is 55.60. Here that bowler averages, it is 19.20. It is a bowling average. Then that here, so these are all, it is called as because here we are following the bottom up approach. So this is called a generalization. But here, if you consider from here, so bowler is a Ashwin and batsman is a Virat. So that here that Virat is having some properties. It means that Virat belongs to Delhi and Ashwin belongs to Chennai. So this kind of representation is called the inheritable knowledge representation. Or from here that if you are taking means, so that cricket player, this is a general property. So the cricket player is a male. So it is approximately height is 6. And that male is a person. So it is a left hand. So like that we are categorizing. So this information called it is an inheritable knowledge representations. So then the next one is an inferential knowledge. So the inferential knowledge means, so here that example is given that represent the knowledge as formal logic. So here we are using the two type of representation. One is propositional logic, another one is a predicate logic. So that one we'll discuss later. So here that example is given that all dogs have tails. So which means that dog of X. So that X represent all as a tail. So as a tail of X, it means that all dogs has a tails. So that is only that representation. So this representation is called the propositional logic. So this kind of representation is called a predicate logic. So the advantages of that inferential knowledge is it is a set of strict rules. It can be used to derive more facts and truth of new statements can be verified and it is a guaranteed correctness. So then the next advantage is many inference procedures available to implement the standard rules of logic. And the next one is it is popular in artificial intelligence systems. So for an example, that automated theorem proving. So for automated theorem proving, we are using that inferential knowledge. I think you studied about that discrete mathematics. So in the discrete mathematics, we are talking about that this kind of representation. It may be that and or not of. So like that representation we are using. Then the next one, we are talking about the procedural knowledge. So here that basic idea is the knowledge encoded in some procedures. So small programs that knows how to specific things, how to proceed. So this is the basic idea about that knowledge encoded. So for an example, a parser is a natural language which understand that as a knowledge that noun phrase may contain article, adjective and nouns. So that we are splitting. So for an example, Rama kills Ravan. So Rama kills Ravan. So in that sentence, we can split that word into that verb or article or adjective or noun. So according to that, we are splitting that word. So that type of representation is called a procedural knowledge. So here that it is represented by calls of routine that know how to process articles, adjectives, and noun. So here that we are using that mathematic concept and all the English grammar concept. So here that for extracting that knowledge and all, so here that we are dealing about that mathematical knowledge, and also that we are using that some English grammar knowledge. So that given statement, we are splitting like it is article or adjective or verb or noun. So like that we are splitting, and then we are proceedings. So the advantages of this is that heuristic. So the heuristic means we may get that particular output. So heuristic or domain specific knowledge can be represented. Then that extended logical inferences such as that default reasoning facilitated. Then that side effects of an action may be modeled, and some rules may become false in time. So the keeping track of this is large system may be tricky. So that you are knowing about some, so nowadays in data mining or machine learning, we are performing the sentimental analysis. So that sentimental analysis, so nowadays it is playing a vital role. So suppose that for an example, one movie, so that one movie released that yesterday or day before yesterday. So for an example that so normally that people, what they are doing is, so they will check the reviews. So then the reviews are available in the news website, or some IMDb's also it is available, or in the Twitter. So the most of the people, their habit is after seeing that movie, so they are giving some reviews. So like that. So from the reviews you can download. So you can download the reviews. From that you can extract that information. So that in the sentimental analysis means, so that we are categorizing that movie as either it may be a positive review, or it may be a negative review and neutral review. So that neutral review, always that we are giving that preference to that positive only. So that finally we are categorizing either it is a positive or negative. So that initially we are categorizing into 5 categories. So the 5 category means the extremely positive, neutral, extreme negative, and extremely negative. So like that we are categorizing. So from the 5 category, then we are making into 3. So the making into 3 means, so that extremely positive also we are making it as a positive, neutral, then extremely negative we are making as a negative. So like that we are taking the 3. So then that final processing, so that after the final processing we are categorizing into 2 categories. It means that neutral reviews also we can consider as a positive reviews. Because that normally if that one particular movie, if it is a 5-star rating, means if the movie got the 2.5 means, so then that we are thinking that it is okay, because almost that all the movies they are getting only the 2.5 to 3-star rating only. Some extremes movies only they are getting that 4-star rating. So if it is the 2.5 or 3, so it is from our perspectives, it is a good movie only. So that people are preferring that sentimental analysis. So from the sentimental analysis, we can easily categorize that and we can give the ranking to that particular movie. Suppose that for 1 week that in Hollywood some movies are released, or some Bollywood or Tollywood, like that, but some movies are released means, so we can download that information, so the tweets from the Twitter account. So from that we can do the sentimental analysis. So in the sentimental analysis we are doing this grammar only. So that initially that if you are reading that one particular tweet means, it may contain some 20 to 30 characters. So from the 20 to 30 character, we cannot conclude either it is a positive or negative. So we have to remove the stop words. We have to remove that what to say, that we have to do some lot of process are there. It is lemmatization, discretizations, like that we have to do that some data pre-processing techniques. So then only that finally that we are considering the positive reviews by categorizing that some keywords we are giving. So for negative negative comments means we are giving some keywords. So according to that only we are finalizing. So suppose that for an example, one word playground. So the one word is playground is there. So if we are splitting that into 2 words, if it is that playground is divided into play and another one is ground, so it will give the different meaning. Because the play we can consider in that anything, and also the ground means, so it is not only that sports ground. So there may be some lot of that grounds also we are telling. So that if you are combining that word only, so it will give us some meaningful informations. So these are the things we are doing in the procedural knowledge. So the advantage is it's a heuristic or domain specific knowledge can be represented, and it is a extended logic inferences. So such as the default reasoning facilitated, then the side effects of actions may be modeled. Some rules may become false in time, so that keeping track of this in large system, it may be tricky. So then that issue is the knowledge representation. The first one is the input attributes. So that important attribute means, so it is, are there any attributes that occur in many different types of problems? So that is called as so important attribute we are calling so as a keywords. So for an example, if you are publishing any papers, or if you are writing one research article means, or if you are referring for your projects and all, you are referring some base paper means. So in that after abstract, they are giving some keywords. So the keywords means, so that in the particular paper, so these are the keywords are represented, and this is belongs to that particular paper. So with help of that keyword, we can categorize that paper either according to their domain. Then the next one is a relationship. So the relationship means, what about the relationship between the attributes of an object, such as that inverses are existence? Then the next one is a granularity. So the granularity means at what level should the knowledge be represented and what is the primitives. So for an example, one statement is there: if Tom feeds a dog, then it could become. So that is a one word is given. So here that feeds are there. So feeds, we are representing feeds of Tom, dog. It is meaning that Tom feeds the dog. So that is a meaning. So then that if the next statement, that if Tom gives a dog a bone, like, it means that gives of Tom, dog, bone. It means that Tom gives a dog, Tom gives a dog a bone. So this is the same. So like that we are converting this into knowledge representation. Then in the sense, does giving a object food consisting feeding. So for an example, that if give of that X of food. So it means that for all we are giving that food. So for an example, for all dogs, we are giving food. So that's why that it is represented by X comma. So that X may be that Tom, or it may be a Jerry, or any persons. Then feed of X is, so the feed of X is, that is also that X we can consider that it may be a dog, it may be a cat. So like that we can represent. So if you are representing it, give X comma food means, so it is meaning that, so we are giving some person that X is giving that food. So then the next statement is the feed of X. So the feed of X may be that X may be a dog, X may be a cat, or X may be some bird also. So then that we are making the process. Then the issues in knowledge representation, the first one is the representation sets of objects, then the finding the right structures as needed. So here that we are using the two type of information. One is that inference engine, another one is the knowledge representation. So that for knowledge representation, we are giving the input to the knowledge base, then that is connected to that inference engine. So here that inference engine is a component of the system that applies logical rules to the knowledge base to deduce the new information. Here that it is connected in the environment. So in the environment, so suppose that you are playing one game. So in for an example, you take it as it's a Counter-Strike game. So in the Counter-Strike game, so you are also one of the person you are playing. So that environment is the particular location. So suppose that it will be some war field. So in the war field, so what is your goal? So you have to attack the enemy and you have to kill that enemy. So then only that you can, so once that level is over, you will get some rewards. So rewards means it's so you may get the rewards in the form of either it's maybe a batch, or it may be that you may get some advanced equipment, or you can get that advanced that booster. So booster means it may be life advanced life also they may give. So like that. So here that is the output. So from the environment we are giving that input to the knowledge representation. So from the environment means, so it is a battlefield. So in the battlefield, what is the target? So the target is you have to kill the enemy. So that is your target. So this environment, we are fixing that some knowledge representation. So from that, you are giving the knowledge base. So here that knowledge base is underlying a set of facts, assumptions, and rules which a computer system is available to solve your problems. So that inference engine and knowledge base, it is very essential for this. Then we are talking about the proportional logic. So the proportional logic, so we are using that these kind of symbols. So that formulas in proportional logics are composed of, it may be atoms or proportional values. So the proportional value means P, Q, S. So the P, Q, S, which represent any objects or any persons or anything. So then we are using the connectivities. So the connectivities means the first one is a negation. So the negation, which is we are representing using that symbol, or it is also called as, it is a tilt symbol. So the negation symbol means we are using for not operation. Then the conjunction. So the conjunction means we are always using for and operations. Then the disjunction. So the disjunction we are using for or operations. Then implication. So the implication means we are, so like that, for an example, we are using that arrow marks, no? So that, so for an example that you are writing A implies B, it means that it is meaning that it may be some conditions. If that A is true, then you can go for that B. So like that, there may be some default conditions also we can apply. So that it may be that implies are if then or if and if. So like that we can use. So the constants are the true. So the true or false. So the true means it is true or filled in box. It means that normally that some checkbox are given, so we are putting the tick marks, no? So like that. If it is false means so that we are, so for an example that they are giving the gender. So the gender you have to fill as male, female. So like that you have to fill. So for an example, if your gender is male means so you are taking only the male box. So that type of so if it is that you are not filling that female box means it is by default, it is mentioned that you are not a female, you are a male. So like that. So it is a true or false. So always it is represent a Boolean values. Then the next one is a predicate logic. So these two are only that playing the vital role in that sentence formation. So either it may be a proportional logic or a predicate logic. So that logic is it's a representation of facts. So in the mathematical logic, the theorem proving algebra or permutations and combinations, we are using this. And if the logics are divided into two types, one is proportional logic, another one is a predicate logic. So for an example for proportional logic, so we are telling that Ram is a Superman. So for predicate logic, we are representing the Superman of Ram, which implies that Ram is a Superman. So whatever that we are representing. So feed of X means that, what is the meaning? So that X feed the, X is feed that food. So like that, our food of, so like that we are using. So for predicate logic, we are using some symbols. So the first one is, so previously we told that it is an imply symbol. So here it is for predicate logic, it is a material implications. The next one is I think the tilt of 7. So normally what we are doing is, so we are writing that 7. So that symbol is it's a tilt symbol. So it is also called as tilt symbol, or we can call it, it's a not, it is a negations. Then V. So V means it is union, then and that this is for all. Then this symbol. So if it is if it is tilt A means, so it is for all. Then this one, it is belongs to. So these kind of symbols we are representing and we are writing the. So here some examples are given. So first one is it is raining means, so we are directly mentioning it is raining. If it is sunny means, so it may be we are writing it's hot or sunny, like that. Or it is wisely means, so we are directly write that wisely. Then that fourth statement, it is raining, so then it is not a sunny. It means the rainy, not sunny. So like that we are representing. Then one example is given, so that in this example, how we are representing into that knowledge representation. Here some examples are given. The first one is a Marcus was a man. Then Marcus was a Pompeian. So all Pompeian were Roman. So which is indirectly telling that the Marcus is a Roman. Because that Marcus is a man, then Marcus was a Pompeian. So that then the next statement they are telling that all Pompeians were Romans. So it is meaning that Marcus was a Pompeian. Then the fourth statement is Caesar was a ruler. Then all Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. It is meaning that it is not that completely all the Romans are loyal to Caesar. So some people they hate that Caesar also. Then that everyone is loyal to someone. It is meaning that because that there may be some two different groups may be there. So that time that one people is loyal to that one person, then that another people they are loyal to that Caesar. So maybe that Marcus, so some people they are loyal to Marcus and some people they are loyal to Caesar. So that's why they have mentioned that all Romans were in the fifth statement. If you study that fifth statement, here they mentioned that all Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. So it is meaning that those people are loyal to Marcus, so they hate Caesar. So then that in the seventh statement, the people only try to assassinate ruler, they are not loyal to. So that who is the ruler? The Caesar is the ruler. So the people only try to assassinate the ruler, so they are not loyal to. So it means that some people that are loyal to Marcus, so that people they are not try to assassinate the ruler. Then that Marcus, the last statement they have mentioned that Marcus tried to assassinate Caesar because that he is also willing to be a ruler. So, but because that Caesar was ruler, it is not what to say. It is not compulsory that so that Marcus should loyal to that Caesar. So for this fact, we are writing in the knowledge representation. The first statement we are writing that Marcus was a man. So we are writing man of Marcus. Then the second statement, Marcus was a Pompeian. So we are writing the Pompeian of Marcus. Then the third statements, all Pompeians were Romans. So X colon, we are writing Pompeians of X, then implies the Roman of X. So it is meaning that all Pompeians were Roman. Then that fourth statement, it is a Caesar was a ruler. So we are writing the ruler of Caesar. So here that explanation is given. So that after that completing this today, I'll share this PPT to your HOD so that they will share to that your tutor and you will get that one. So that whatever that I'm teaching now, so I recorded this video, I uploaded in my YouTube channel. So I'll share that YouTube channel also link also. So if you have any doubt, means you can refer that video also. So today that I will share that last two classes that video are uploaded in my YouTube channel. So today video also I will upload in the YouTube channel so that you can refer that anytime. So then that fifth statement, all Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. So it means that X implies that royal of X, royal of X is implies loyal to the X of Caesar and hate of Caesar. So here that they mention hated him. So we are writing, so there are people, they are loyal to Caesar also, and also there are people, they hate Caesar also. Then the next statement, everyone is loyal to someone. It means that that everyone, so it means that there exists Y is loyal to that X comma Y. Then the next one, that people only try to assassinate the rulers, they are not loyal to. So that for not loyal to, we are representing this one. So that person of X or the ruler of Y or try to assassinate of X comma Y is implies not loyal to X comma Y. Then that ninth statement that Marcus tried to assassinate Caesar. So it means the try assassinate of Marcus comma Caesar. Then the 10th statement was Marcus loyal to Caesar. It means not loyal to Marcus comma Caesar. It means that Marcus not loyal to Caesar. Then the final one, that all men are people. So that we are writing that man of X is implies that person of X. So this is the way we are writing that whatever that proportional logic into the knowledge representations. Then that then we are going to discuss about some important topics, that knowledge representation as surrogate. So that knowledge representation surrogate means it is a stand-in for things that exist in the world. It is a component of reasoning a system. So the representation stands for something in the real world. So there must be connections between them. So this defines the semantics or meaning of the representation. So what is the meaning of semantic is we are giving some meaning to that particular statement. So then that how close is the representation to be represented object, which properties of the object should be represented in the representation and which was the omitted. So then that representation are imperfect. So they contain the simplifying assumption and maybe artifacts. Then the next one is next key term is ontological engineering. Here that ontology is a branch of philosophy studied entities that exist, their classification and the relations between them. So there are type of entities are, it may be a physical object or abstract object, time, location, action, event, beliefs. So that entity may be a thing or object. So sometimes that entity we are taking a person is one entity. For an example, that we are representing Ram is a manager. So in that Ram is one entity and manager is one entity. So in that the relationship is the Ram is a manager. So we can tell that Ram is a manager for so-and-so company. So that here we can represent in the year diagram. So one place that we are representing Ram, then that company in between that relationship is a manager. So the decision made on that imperfect representation can be wrong. We must choose the representation with this in mind. So the selecting a particular representation means that making an ontological commitment. So that example here, that entity, so the entity may be classified as abstract or concrete. So then abstract, it may be a mathematical or notations. So if it is a mathematical means it's sets and numbers. If it is a notation means it is nouns and measure units. Or the entity may be a concrete. So that entity may be a concrete mean it may be a physical object, or it may be a processes, or it may be have time intervals, or it may have the locations. Then that knowledge representation and knowledge base and database. So that knowledge base in the program can be represented in the relational database. So that relational database means it is in the form of the table representation. So for an example, that in your department they are maintaining your personal details. So the personal detail means your name, your hall ticket number, then that your father name, then the details about you. So that is they are creating in one table. In another table, they are using only the hall ticket number and along with the semester one marks. Then that another table, it is semester 2 and along with that particular semester marks. Suppose that you want to know that particular person who got that centum in one particular subject. So that is a task means. So for an example, in semester 2, that we can take it as it's a mathematics subject. So in the mathematics subject, those who are got the centum, so we want to know that particular person's names. So it means that first you have to collect that all ticket number from the semester 2 table. So then that you're collecting that all ticket number. So then that you have to refer that all ticket number in the master table. Already your personal table is given. So we are relating that semester 2 with that personal table. So in the personal table for every all ticket, they are having your name. So because that in the personal table, it contains all the information about the student. Or sometimes that we can take some analysis that those who have got that centum, whether they belongs to the Telangana state or Andhra state or some other state. So that one we want means. So from that personal table, they are having their address. So in that they mention the state also. So there also you can relate. So that is called a relational database. So we are relating that 2 or 3 tables. So from that we are getting some information. So the larger the KB, the better is its structure must be thought from the start. So the database should be consistent in terms of connectivity. If something changes in one place, the change must be reflected everywhere else. So suppose that in your hall ticket number, for an example, it is not changeable because that once that university fixed me, so that we cannot change. But I'm telling that. So suppose that they may change some. They're adding some in additional number. So initially they are using some 10-digit number means. So instead of 10-digit number, they are adding some 3 more number. So 3 more number means, so that information you have to reflect everywhere, because in the master table only that your all ticket number is there. So that all ticket number you have to reflect in the master table, and also the semester 1 table, semester 2 table, semester 3 table, like that. All the tables you have to reflect that information. So then the database must be unified, meaning that we must be able to use the various components within the same framework. Then that a particular application may require more than one component. Then that we are talking about the expert system. So that expert system, one of the one of the important invention in the artificial intelligence. So that expert system is a program that incorporates knowledge of a particular domain, and that can help with the making decisions. So that expert system, so with help of that data, we can easily tell that how much result we'll get. So suppose that they are having their, so from your mid-mark performance, we can easily tell that the students will pass or fail. So that type of analysis we can do. So that type of analysis only we are doing in the expert system. So then they often that emerge for the retirement of human expert that takes time and effort to replace. So the basic components are the knowledge-based KB and an inference system. So that expertise is organized rules of type if then by a human expert. So for classification or diagnosis problem, this often result in a tree manner. So normally that decision tree we are using for taking any decisions, we are having the decision tree. Then that next one is the general functionality. So the general functionality means that user seeks a diagnosis or goal. So it means that, for an example, the car failure. So nowadays that many companies, they are introducing the car, but all the cars are not success. So there may be some flaws in their model. So that we can easily diagnosis, or we can check that goal. So whether that, for an example, they are telling that that mileage will be that is 20. So that theoretically before that they may give that theoretically they will tell that that mileage will be the 20 or 25 kilometer per liter. But if you are using in the plain surface means they may give. But if you are using in the hill areas, it won't give that that much mileage. So it may be 25 means, so it may give that 17 to 18. So that is also one of the failure, because that they didn't mention that that particular car is manufactured only for the plain surface. So that car you may use in for that hill area also. Then that next one is that system asks the questions often with yes or no answer. So normally in the chatbots and all, so we can design like that. So if the answer is not sufficient to determine the diagnosis completely, another question will be asked. I think that some programs also they are conducted in the television. So suppose that they are telling that you have to imagine one person. So they will ask that several questions. For an example, that I am telling that you have to imagine one person, one personality. So I will ask some 30 questions. So from that, if I found that that particular person means that you are losing the game. So after the 30th attempts also, if I'm not able to identify that person means, so you will win that one. So like that some program also conducted in many TVs. Suppose that you are thinking about that Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam. So that APJ Abdul Kalam in your mind. So the first question I am asking the whether that particular person belongs to India or abroad. So the first question, so you are telling that it is. So I'm asking that whether that particular person belongs to India. So you are telling yes. Then the next question I'm asking whether he is a sports personality. So you are telling no. So then that's according to the second answer, I'm asking the third answer. So the third answer whether he received any that Bharat Ratna award. So you may tell that. So then that you may tell that yes. So because that Abdul Kalam received that Bharat Ratna award. So then I have to came to know that because that only the few persons are getting that Bharat Ratna. It may be that scientist or it may be a sportsman, because that recently the Sachin Tendulkar also received that Bharat Ratna. Then that like that maybe some politician also got the Bharat Ratna. For an example, that Dr. Vajpayee, so he also got that Bharat Ratna. So like that. So that according to that only that I have to think and I have to ask the questions. So then this is all the some of the general functionality. Then that some of the systems can allow for an undetermined answer, because that I don't know. So because sometimes that you if I ask some deep question means you cannot answer that either yes or no. So that time you have to ask I don't know only. So like that, then I have to prepare the questions. Then the answer must be given in a with a certain probability. Then in general they avoid that asking the irrelevant input. So example that here the car classification is given. So if it is that more than 5 seats means, if it is yes means, it is definitely it is bus or some heavy vehicles. Then that if it is no means, so it is mean that it's not a 5 seat. So it carries that lot of stuff. So it means that if it is yes means it is a SUV, or if it is no means we are asking that it is a big carriage. It means that no means it is VW Beetle, or if it is yes means it should be fast. So again, we have to ask some questions. Then the next next one is semantic network. So the semantic network also, it is one of the beautiful invention in the with help of that artificial intelligence. So here that graph notation for representing the knowledge. The nodes are concepts and the edges are relationship between them. So in the semantic network, we are using in the graph representation. The graph only we are using that edges are what is it? Vertex and edges. So sometimes that in the tree structure also we are using. So the tree structure is also one of the graph data structures. Then that here is we are using the definitional network. So the definitional network, the relations are subtype, or it is called as is a relationship. So whether that we are telling that car is a vehicle, then bus is a vehicle. So that type of representation is a definitional network. Then that assertional networks are designed to assert properties. Then that implication networks use that implication to connect node. Then executable network can include the procedure. Then the learning network build or extend their representation by acquiring knowledge from the example. Then the next one is a hybrid network, which is combining two or more previous things. So either it may be a combine of definitional and assertional network, or definitional and implication. So like that, any two methods, two or more methods we are combining, and it is called as it's a hybrid network. So here that some example is given. So here the truck is a vehicle, and so here the truck is a vehicle and trailer truck as a part of trailer, and so we are giving some values also. So the number of wheels, so that 18 is because the truck, it contains that more number of wheels, and that maximum gross weight is, so that also it is given that unload weight. So everything is given. So here the cargo capacity. So some truck it may have that it can handle that many. It may handle that many vehicles. Suppose that you are sending some cars to one place to another place means. So that particular truck is capable of handling that huge volume of, suppose that it may have the capacity of handling that 100 cars also. So that also that we are using in the measure. So then the number of wheels like that it is an integer value, because that if you the number of wheels means we are representing in the integer only. So here that some example also given that 18. So that we are telling that it is a 18-wheel truck. Then the categories and objects. So here that organizing the object is a categories. So some reasons it takes that places at the level of categories. So example, I want to eat an apple. So that apple of X or member of X comma apple. So a member of X comma apple means so that X is a member of, say X is a member of apple. So then the subset is apple comma food. So like that we can categorize. Then the categories form of a hierarchy where each class inherits the properties of the parent or simply a network. Because here that apples are both food and also that apple is a fruit. Either we can take that apple as a food and also that it comes under the fruit family. So that categories of a class composes the taxonomy. Then the next important thing is that partitioning. So here the two or more categories are disjoint if they are mutually exclusive. So either it may be male or female. So we are categorizing. So gender is we are categorizing male or female, like that. Then that decomposition of a class into categories is called as exhaustive if each object of a class must belongs to at least one category. For an example, that living, we can take it as animals are living, that vegetables are giving living, fungi or bacteria. So, or you can take it as human. So, all are living only. So, a partition is the exhausted decomposition of a class into disjoint subject. So, you can easily categorize whether the student is UG student or PG students or is a PhD. So, that also you can easily categorize. So, then the relate problem, so it is clustering. So, give you a set of objects, find an appropriate category for each of them. So the categories may not be predefined. Then the next one is the attribute. So the attribute, which is also called as, it's a column name. So for an example, in the relational table, so that each information, so suppose that we are giving that HT number, all ticket number. So that is one attribute. Then that your name, so that your name is one attribute. Then that your gender, so that is one attribute. So here that we are telling that it is a composition, it is a part of nose comma face. So because that nose is one of the if it is a part of that part of is an attribute name, means the nose is one of nose is a part of face, like that we are representing. So then that some categories can be defined as a rule, so that biped of X, so like that it is giving. So I'm sharing you that PPT and also that once you go through it and you can easily understand. Then that next one is a situation. So the situations a predicate that is true of a particular moment in time. So they may also have a specific location, a particular state of that system. So here that informations are given. So the drives, it is Mary, car, 190, and the date is given. So it is meaning that it is Mary is a driver. He drives the car with 190 kilometer speed on the 3rd, so 15th of March 96. So like that information. It is one type of that insurance data. So suppose that that particular person's car met accident, so we have to get the details from the insurance. So for that they are having the data in the form of like this only. Then the fluent, here that predicates and functions that can change from a moment to another. It means that happy of X. It means that the person X is very much happy. Then the next one is a temporal or external predicates. So the warrior A will be true for as long as that object A exists. So then that alive of A may change from the moment to the next, because that one person is that we are telling that he is alive, but after a death we are mentioning, or before that it is live only, that particular. So after death only we are telling that it's alive, like that. Then that action, so the action means it's a predicate that represents changes in the environment. So that involvements at least the subject and often one or more object. Here that example is given, eat of X comma Y. That means that something was eaten by that X. Then sleep of X, so that X is sleeping. So that is one action. Then talk of X. So the talk of X means that the X person is talking. Then X say, here that say of X comma Y means so that X say something to Y. Then when the action is a part of situation, it can result in that other predicates become true at the later moment in time. Here that we are giving that eat of X comma Y comma T. Then that apple of Y. So that it means that a person ate apple. So that here that T is a T represent whether that before that he is hungry or after eating that apple, that he may be that satisfied, like that. Then the projections of that the agent can use some rules to predicate the outcome of its possible actions and choose the appropriate one. This is done by planning. Then the situation calculus. The situation calculus, it is description of an action. It is a so we are following that two type of rule. One is positive possibility rule. Another one is the effect rule. So for precondition, we are using the possibility rule. It is a sentence that specifies when an action is possible. Here that as of that X comma Y comma S, then apple of Y is a possible of eat of X comma Y comma S. So this is the precondition, the before that. Then that post condition means a sentence that describes the consequences of an action. So if they eat apple means so there is no exist of apple. So that is the meaning. If he is not eat that apple means that apple is exist. Then that he collected means, so for an example that they are telling that some couriers came and that was deposited in the office room. So that courier. So it means that if you're not collect that courier means it is still available in the office. Or else if you have collected that courier means, so it is not available in the office. So that is the meaning. So then the frame problem. So the collections of things are predicates that don't change. Then times and events. So the time-based calculus, the fluent are valid for particular moment in the time instant in a particular situation. So a fluent is a true at a particular point in time if it was initiated or caused by an event in the past and was not terminated by another event in a meantime. So here that initiates at E comma F comma T. Here that E is a event, then F is a fluent and T is a time. So then that operations are terminates of E comma F comma T, or happens it is E comma T, or clipped F comma T2. So like that we are writing the relations. Then the mental process, so that does an agent knows that he knows something. For an example, you are designing one robot, so that robot you have to give that instruction to. For an example, that I am designing one robot, so I want to work in that particular robot in the high temperature area, so that I have to give that instruction to that. So yeah, that particular robot will work on that particular temperature. So otherwise, that if I am not giving that particular instruction means that automatically that particular robot will not work in that particular area. So we need to represent the fact that an agent believes something to be true or knows something to be true. Then we can make that inferences about the things an agent believes, things that the agent knows, and the things that are true, but the combinations are not possible always. Then that inference can be made only if the agent is a logical agent capable of reasoning. So this is called a model logic. Then belief. So we are, I think that previous classes I talk about the deep belief network. So in the deep learning and all, we are using the deep belief network. So this is the concept of beliefs. So here that we are giving the beliefs of X comma P of A and beliefs that P of A is true. So the condition is given that if the P of A is true, then it is happened. So here that inferences are not obvious. The beliefs of X comma P of A and A is equal to B, it does not imply that beliefs of X comma PB is also true. So if the one condition is true means another condition, it is automatically false only. So that one previously I told you now that you are collecting that courier means that that courier cover is not available in the office. If you are not collected means it is available in the office. So we can apply that reasoning within that systems of belief for a logical agent. Then the next one is a knowledge and belief. So that knowledge we are using in the belief, because it is knows of X comma PA is similar to belief, but the fact is P of A must be true. It is almost similar like the previous one. But here the thing is that we are adding the knowledge also. Then the last one is a fuzzy logic. So the fuzzy logic, it is also that one of the important invention by using the artificial intelligence. So it is that Lottie Zada is a University of California at Berkeley. In the year of 1965, he introduced this concept. It is a different the part of logic dealing with the approximate reasoning derived from the fuzzy set of theory. A fuzzy set is one to which that element belongs to a given percentage. A fuzzy logic truth values belongs to the interval. It may be that it's a Boolean value, either it may be 0 or 1, which is representing a percentage of truth. So it is better suited to represent that imprises information attributes from the real world and to make that appropriate inferences. So there are some expressions also given that classic logic, it is Bill is a tall person. So we are representing the tall of Bill. The property is that attribute of that Bill comma tall, or else we are writing in terms of sets. The Bill is belongs to a top people set. It means that for an example that in your class some analysis, so they are telling that some 30% of people are above average people. So it is that type of representation in the terms of set we are giving. So Bill is that 80% is tall. Or we are mentioning that because that we are telling that normally what we are doing is that we are taking that average height. So average height is, suppose that I'm telling that the average height is 6 means. So E is that 5.5 means, so we can tell that or 5 means, so we can tell that it is a bill is 80% tall. So then that bill belongs to that tall people set by 80%. So like that we are representing. Then that edges, so the edges were introduced by Zada and Lokoff. So it is that Zada is working in that MIT, IBM, and Lakoff from the Berkeley University. So in fuzzy logic and represent that modifier to that fuzzy set. So that here that all purpose is very quiet extremely. Then truth values are quite true and mostly false. That is too extreme. So already that sentimental analysis I'm telling now, it is extremely positive or extremely negative, like that. Then probabilities are likely or not very likely. Then quantifiers are most, several, fews, and possibilities are like almost impossible or quite possible. Then that examples of deduction. So this stream is narrow, so this stream and that stream are approximately equal. So like that, we are giving that state proportional logic, or sometimes we are giving this that stream is more or less narrow, or most men are vain. The Socrates is a man. It is meaning that the Socrates are vain. It is mostly like that way. So that type of stream. Then the fuzzy logic versus probability. So that probability is playing a vital role, because that so that every predictions, it is purely depends on the probability. Suppose that for an example, that in the Olympics are going on. So in the Olympics, that some people are affected by corona. So that we have to check that how many percentage of people are affected, so that tomorrow, what is the probabilities of whether it is increasing or whether it is decreasing. So like that we can analyze. So the probability. Or the general example, you are tossing a coin. What is the probabilities of getting that head or tail? It is 50%. So like that, we have to do the analysis. So that either it is true or false. So the fuzzy logic is the pony is 90% pretty. But in the classic rule, the pony is pretty. In fuzzy logic means we are giving some values. So this means that about the 90% of people looking at pony will think it's pretty. We are talking about one particular pony. The probability is the pony has the 90% chances to be pretty. So like that, we are giving the some probability values also. So then that for here that we are using that operator. So we are using the Zeta operator. So the Zeta operator is that R, we are using the and not. So the example that Annie is 90% tired and 75% is cranky, then Annie is the 90% tired or cranky, or 75% is tired or cranky, or 10% is rested, or 25% in good mood. So the 10% is rested means, so we know that totally 100%. If the 100% is 90% is tired means, it is meaning that 10% is rested. Here that 75% is cranky means, so it is meaning that 25% is in good mood. So other more complex metrics are also available. So there are applications. So the applications means it's automobile subsystems such as the ABS or cruise control. We are using that, or we are using the microcontrollers or microprocessor robotics. Because that fuzzy logics are using that many what is it, that electronics application or mechanical applications. So civil applications also we are using the fuzzy logics. Then that air conditioners and cameras, dishwashers and elevators, then search engines. So the massive search engine used in the Lord of the Ring films to create the huge scale armies with random but somewhat that ordinarily movements. So the digital image processing, edge detection, so we are using then AI agents for games. So I already told that Counter-Strike and all. So we are using that agents. So like that for creating that one, also we are using this technology. Then language filtering on message board for filtering out offensive text. Then the fuzzy controller. So the controller using that fuzzy values for variable and rules like. So for an example, if the variable is then value, then we are giving the some action. So the rules are not mutually exclusive. So example, the controller for an air conditioner, if the temperature is very cold, then stop fan. If the temperature is cold, then turn down fan. If the temperature is normal, then maintain level. If the temperature is hot, then speed up fan. For AC and also we are applying these kind of rules. For air conditioner, we are applying rules. If the temperature is very cold, means so automatically we'll stop the fan. So suppose that you are running that AC in the 24-degree, and also you are running your fan in the that high speed, means if the temperature is very cold, means then automatically you will stop the fan. Or temperature is cold, means then that are sometimes that you turn down to that fan. The temperature is normal, means so then we are maintaining that particular level. Or temperature is hot, means so you are increasing the fan size. Or sometimes it is in the what is it? It is in the highest speed, means then automatically you will reduce the temperature in your air cooler. So this is the graph representation. So if it is very low, means so then automatically we are decreasing. So like that. So this is a fuzzy controller structure. So that we are using the concept called fuzzification. So that fuzzifications are applied in the inference. So in the inference are completely, it is rule based. So it is connected with the member function. So then that we are doing that defuzzification. So defuzzification means, so here the rules are given. So according to the rule, we are following. So this is low and medium. So this is mainly, this is designed for car speed. So the defuzzification example is, if the car is slow, we are increasing the speed by 10. So suppose that in the highway, we know that there is no vehicles are running, means so we are automatically increasing the speed. So since that it is slow, so suppose that you are changing the gear, means automatically the speed will either it is come down, so the automatically it will come down. So we have to increase the speed, because that for changing the gear we are applying that. So we have to apply that. So we have to change the gear, and so according to that only you have to proceed. So that it is a 0.75% slow, means so then we have to increase that plus 10 into 10 into 0.5. It means that 7.5 we have to increase. So the rule 2 is, if the car is fast, then decrease the speed by 10. It means that if the fuzzy value for the fast is, it is 0.25, then we are using here minus 10 into 0.25. So the finally the crisp answer is 10 into 0.75 plus 10 into 0.25 divided by 0.25 plus 0.25. So finally I'm getting that answer plus 5. So these are all that important the terms we are using in the artificial intelligence.